it together just so they could share the story with people here in California, especially here at Chapman University. And before I begin, I wanted to share a 20-second Torah thought. We blow the shofar in the holiday of Rosh Hashanah. The biggest mitzvah is to hear the shofar sound, the shofar blasts. That shofar blast that we hear in Rosh Hashanah, it's explained in our holy sages tell us in the Torah, it's a cry, the innocent, pure, wholesome cry from the depth of the soul. If you listen to the shofar sound, you make it sound tekiah, right? Which is like a baby crying, or us crying when it's like flat, like fetchy. Then there's the shavarim, which is the three, right? Like a different cry. And then there's like a hysterical cry, which is the trua, like, right? The trua sound. And that cry of the shofar is supposed to awaken our souls and awaken as God for a good year. So today, as we are 6 days before Rosh Hashanah, or less, 5 days before Rosh Hashanah, we want to remember that our cry of the shofar blowing in Rosh Hashanah and the cry of our soul, which we're going to be feeling tonight, I'm sure, after hearing the story, we should not only take that and say, I'm crying and I'm sad, but rather cash it in, use it, utilize it, and say, what good can I do? What's a good thing I can do from the cry of my soul to help the fellow hostages that are still chatufim, still in Gaza, and to help the Jewish people as a whole to have a victorious end to the war and safe and peace and harmony. So remember, as we're about to blow the shofar, Rosh Hashanah, as we're about to blow the shofar, we want to remember the message of the shofar is supposed to awaken ourselves to say, what can I do? What's a random good deed of kindness I can do to bring peace and harmony to the world, and especially to the hostages? So with that, we're going to get started. Give them a big round of applause for joining us tonight. Okay, so there's a lot to cover, of course. But we'll get started from the beginning. Luis? So Luis speaks English. Clara speaks English as well, but not as much, right? So when Clara... She needs translation. So I will do my best to translate. There's some people here that speak Hebrew as well, so if there's a word that I miss, whatever, you always kick in. I actually never studied Hebrew as a subject. I just picked it up along the way. But we have Luis, who's going to share his story, and Clara, of course, as well. Luis was hostage for 128 days, 28 or 9? 29 days, and you were for 53 days, and you'll hear why one was less than more, although they were taken hostage together. But let's start a little bit from the beginning, before the story of when Hamas came and took you from where your home in near the Gaza, by the Gaza envelope. So you were born, both of you were born in Argentina, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then you moved to Israel. So tell us about the beginning.
I came into Israel in 71. I was 18 years old, like coming along. And I came like a student. In Argentina, I was in the Sumera Tzair, and I dreamed to go to live in kibbutz, and this is what I do. And I stopped to learn and my studying, and I must to go to the army, and in 73, I was a soldier, and I started the war, and I was in the Yom Kippur War. I was tankist.
He was a tank commander in the Yom Kippur War.
Okay? And after I live in how many kibbutzim? I married, I born my first daughter. I have now 4 children, 10 grandchildren. I do it. And now I give to Clara to say what she do.
Yeah, I'll try. Go ahead.
אני נולדתי גם בארגנטינה ועליתי לארץ ב-81.
She was born in Argentina as well, but she made an aliyah to Israel in 1981.
לקיבוץ ניר יצחק, שנמצא 3 קילומטר מעזה.
And she was living in a kibbutz called Nir Yitzchak, and it's 3 kilometers, from Gaza.
הרגשתי תמיד בטוחה, אף על פי שזה היה מאוד קרוב, ב-20 שנה האחרונות יש כל הזמן אזעקות. האזעקות באזור זה בצבע אדום.
So she felt mostly safe living there. She never felt really, even though there was right next to Gaza, and also the past 20 years she got a lot of missiles and mortars dropping near her. But overall, she felt relatively safe. They have those what do they call them? The shelters, and they would, whenever there would be an alarm, they'd go in the shelter. She felt mostly safe. Safe room. That's why she felt mostly safe.
בכל בית בקיבוץ יש באמת ממ"ד, סייף רום. ביום לפני השביעי, ב-6 לאוקטובר, יום שישי, חגגנו יום הולדת לנכדה שלי, יום הולדת 2 בבאר שבע, שזה קרוב לליצחק.
So she said that the day before, October 7th, so October 6th, she was celebrating the birthday of her granddaughter who just turned 2 in Be'er Sheva, which is a city in Israel, which is not too far from the Gaza border, where they lived in the kibbutz called Nir Yitzchak.
באו כל האורחים לבאר שבע, ואחרי היום הולדת, ביום שישי בצהריים, הזמנתי את האורחים לניר יצחק. זה היה שמחת תורה, אז רצינו לעשות שישי ביחד בקיבוץ.
So after the birthday party, she invited everybody to come to her kibbutz, to her house where she was living, which is in Nir Yitzchak. A kibbutz is like a, how do you say it in English, kibbutz? Who speaks Hebrew? How do you say English?
Kibbutz, it's like a little farm, I guess,
Like a farm community, like a village community.
Kibbutz is kibbutz.
Kibbutz? It's hard to translate kibbutz.
No, before, now you learn.
it's like a little village, that's what.
Little village. Anyway, so she said that she invited, it was Friday night, and it's Shabbat, and it was also the holiday of Simchat Torah, which is a special holiday in the Jewish calendar. So she invited people to join her at her Shabbat dinner and for the holiday to come to her house in Nir Yitzchak.
אז הזמנתי לבית שלי, אני גרה לבד בניר יצחק, אז הזמנתי, ובא אח שלי שגר בכפר סבא, אחותי, אח שלי קוראים לו פרננדו, אחות שלי שגרה בירושלים, גבריאלה עם הבת שלה מיה, והגיעה עם הכלבה שקוראים לה בלה, ולואיס שהגיע מקיבוץ צורים. היינו 5 מאותו המשפחה, ובילינו ביום שבת, ביום שישי ביחד.
So she invited her sister who lives in Jerusalem,
Yes.
and her name was
גבריאלה.
Gabriela, and then her brother Fernando, who lived in Kfar Saba, which is another city right next to Gaza as well. And
לא כפר עזה.
Oh, Kfar Saba.
Tel Aviv.
I thought she said Kfar Saba.
Yes.
And then she invited also her niece, who Mia, and she had a dog, Bella. A dog named Bella. And what type of dog? You know what type of dog it was? It's a suit killer.
Shitzu.
Okay. Okay, so the little dog, and then she invited as well him to come from his kibbutz, which is a nearby kibbutz, to come celebrate the Sabbath, Shabbat, and to have the holiday of Simchat Torah together in her home.
אז היינו ביחד יום שישי, והיה לנו מאוד נעים, הלכנו לישון, בשבת בבוקר, 6:29, היה אזעקות, וקראתי לכל המשפחה להיכנס לממ"ד.
So don't forget, this is October 6th, 2023 that she's talking about, Friday. Friday, all of a sudden, they go to sleep, they have the meal together, everything's great, another day in the office, so to speak. She goes to sleep at 6:23, I think she said, in the morning, 6:29 in the morning. She got notified about there were rockets being shot into her community. The alarms went on, so she invited and took everybody to the safe room, which every house has in that area, and they all went into the safe room at 6:29 a.m. thinking it's just another day of more rockets flying into their community.
אנחנו רגילים באזור הזה, קרוב לעזה, יש הרבה פעמים צבע אדום, אז נכנסים לתוך הממ"ד 10 דקות ואחר כך יוצאים. אז אמרתי לכולם להיות רגועים, להישאר 10 דקות ואחר כך אפשר להמשיך לישון שבת 6:30 בבוקר.
So for her, she said, in her community, it's very normal to have Tseva Adom, which means a red alert. When you have a rocket coming in their way, there's a red alert. They get on their phones and the sirens. So she was very used to it because she lived in the Gaza, right next to the Gaza border, and Hamas shoots rockets all the time. Used to shoot rockets all the time. So she told her family, and she told him, Luis, we'll be here for 10 minutes, and then we'll go back out and go back to sleep, and go back into our Shabbat routine that they usually do.
אבל באותו בוקר זה לא נגמר. היה עוד פעם ועוד פעם ועוד פעם ועוד פעם, ולא נגמר. אז אני אתן ללוז להמשיך.
Okay, so I'll just finish off, then Luis is going to take over from her. So she said this morning was different because it was non-stop. It wasn't 10 minutes, it wasn't 20 minutes, it was going more and more and more rockets. So she felt something was up. She didn't know what, but something was up.
אז הדלקנו טלוויזיה, כי ראינו שזה משהו... רציני. We opened the television. Was very continuous all the time. We don't know what happened. We say, well, this crazy day. And open the television, and we see in television the city of Sderot. It's one city all the time they has missiles. And we see a pickup white Toyota. They're going and shooting to everywhere. We say, what happened there? Who is the crazy man who start to make a film and not going in? It's dangerous. After we see kibbutz Be'eri, but from up from the drones, and we see terrorists into the kibbutz. They're going and shooting, and we're like in his house. Very strange. Say, from where is this movie when they do it?
Just to clarify, he thought he was watching a movie because he sees in a city called Sderot, which is a city also not far from the Gaza border, he sees a white pickup truck and people in the back of the pickup truck with machine guns and just shooting everywhere. And then he sees another city called Be'eri.
I don't believe it's happening in this moment. It was there for us. It's difficult to understand what happened there.
It's like, imagine now, God forbid, and you see on the TV that in Tustin there's a terrorist shooting everybody. He's like, oh my God, what is happening? So for him, it was like, what, you know, it was unheard of. Someone driving around the streets and shooting machine guns.
Okay, and we see Netanyahu. They say we start the war. And in that moment we say to everybody to stay into the cell phone. But we see in the window, after the television we have a window, and we see smoke, black, very black smoke is coming from the entrance from the kibbutz. They say, where is the factory? There is plastic factory, and for us, we know plastic is very toxic. And for this, Clara called to the of the security in the kibbutz, Rav Shatz in Hebrew. And he say, yes, we know. We prepare the group of security from the kibbutz, and we're going to look what happened. We think there is a missile coming in. Was the last thing we listened from this guy, why they prepared the Hamas, the fire and everything, and when coming the group from security, they're killing everyone.
So for those that really couldn't follow 100%, he said that he called the person who's in charge of security at the kibbutz in the village, and they said that we're getting everybody in the right places, in the right positions to protect. Security is going to protect the kibbutz. And then all of a sudden he sees that they already heard that all the security people were all shot and killed by Hamas when they entered the kibbutz. And the black smoke that was from the plastic factory was not black smoke from the plastic factory.
And from this moment, there was any defense from into the kibbutz, and there was any defense out from the kibbutz, while no were soldiers, no were army, anywhere.
Yeah, they had no soldiers, no army. They killed all the soldiers or the security. So it was either he was the only next thing in line. It was just the people living there.
And we don't know. Okay? And we tried to close the door from the safe room, but it's not possible to lock. And we start to think what to do. And Fernando decided to take the mod from the Aron, the Gadim.
Yeah,
To limit, yeah.
the hanging.
Curtain? Like a
The thing that we put the curtain on.
The rod.
Yeah. And they put in the Yadid Sheladelet.
Put it on the handle so that she can
Okay.
stuff the door.
And one chair, they was in the around the Mashkov to make contract to do something. In that moment, start to be WhatsApp from friends. They listen Arabic. They are terrorists into the houses and broken everything. And we start to think, well, we don't listen nothing to this moment. And we start to listen, they shooting around the house, the Clara's house, and start to break all the windows, and we start to listen Arabic into the house. We understand they are into the house. Was shooting all the doors. And Clara say like she was a kindergarten teacher, and she talked to us like a children. And she said we must to be together in the floor on the side to make a hug. Huh?
זה מה שאני הייתי עושה תמיד עם הילדים שהייתי יוצאת לטייל, כי כל הזמן היה צבע אדום. אז הייתי אומרת לילדים, טוב עכשיו אנחנו מחובקים על הרצפה כדי להגן על עצמנו. אז אמרתי להם אותו דבר.
Yeah, so she said that. So as Luis said, that when they realized that there's terrorists in the house, they're speaking. They heard Arabic, and they speak Hebrew, not Arabic. They were like, "Wait, there's terrorists in the house," and they're shooting all the doors. And the safe room was somewhat safe, but not really because they were coming next to them. They felt like. So Clara's first thing she said to them was, "Let's all get together and hug tightly together on the floor, and that way we're all like safe together." And she said that she did that because she was a kindergarten teacher. And as a kindergarten teacher, she always told the kids, whenever they would get a red alert, because in the town that she lived, they got a lot of red alerts about rockets incoming rockets. So the kids were used to it. So she would say, "All right, well, now the red alert, let's go into the safe room and let's all hug each other so we're all safe together." So that's what she told Luis and the rest of the people
The
to do.
children was making when traveling outside, and it's not time to go to the self room or something. They stay in the place, and she said to make the hug. Yeah, but she do it the same with us in this. Okay, this was we was lucky. Was the first miracle. How you go? Miracle. Miracle. The first miracle. Why they tried to open the door. When they tried, everything was good. All the chair and they go in, but the gun was from there and was this angle. And they coming and shooting. Huh? And all the shooting was up of the car.
Your heads.
The head. And no happiness, nothing. Yeah? And we start to say, stop shooting, stop shooting. And they stop.
Nice guys.
And they start to take us out with the clothes, everything. And they put out, and for the hair, not to me. I understand it's not possible. And when we was outside, I see all the house was full of terrorists, everywhere. Where you look, terrorists with the guns and shooting and raining, they broken everything, every windows, terrible. It was on the table, on the bed. They take everything from the clothes, all the wall, the
Cabinets, they took all the
gardenia.
clothing, everything. They took everything they could see that was any value. They just took it, and they were just wherever he looked, he saw terrorists and terrorists everywhere. And they were pulling him by the clothing. Whoever had hair, they were pulling them by the hair, just getting them, schlepping them from their safe room to.
And I start to say, מפתח אוטו, מפתח אוטו. The car key.
Car keys.
Yes. And we say in Spanish, don't give nothing, be quiet like we don't understand what they say. Okay?
Their first language is Spanish because they're born in Argentina. So they said to each other, "Don't give them the car keys. Don't do anything. Make it like you don't speak Hebrew."
We have 5 members from the same family. Okay? And we talking Spanish between us. And they took us outside and start to push with the guns and start צעקו עלינו בערבית.
They screamed at him in Arabic
all the
at all
time and pushing. And was the gader from the kibbutz? The gate?
The gate? The gate.
The
No,
gate.
the gate.
No
No,
gate, outside.
gader.
Fence.
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 What's the fence? It's my English. Then you need traduction for my English. And was a hole down, and for them, hole, they going outside from the kibbutz, Clara, Fernando, and me. But when coming, Gabriela and me, I was the dog, they said, stop, no, and start a big discussion between the Arabics. To take her, not to take her, we don't understand, but we're looking what happened.
Take the dog. Not the dog?
They don't know what is the dog. They think it's a buba,
Oh, a
a
dog.
doll. Why? The woman's going outside in pajama. Fernando and me with a little pants and a t-shirt. We was in bed. And she has something white there and looking for that, and then they say it's a doll. And it's coming, we pick up a Toyota, white Toyota, and they put that two on the Toyota and they moving, they're going. And we start alone, 3, looking what happened. We don't know what happened with her sister, and we don't know what happened. Now we know, they're going out from the gate, or from the kibbutz, and in the gates is cameras. And the Toyota, white Toyota, was outside exactly in 11:22. Yeah, you remember everything starts 6:29. And other lucky thing, they come in from the road out from the kibbutz, there to the place where we was waiting. And they put us in the same truck. And we was again all the 5 members together. We were sitting on the guns, bombs, RPG, everything. We were sitting there, but up of us coming 5 terrorists with 2 guns, one from here, another one that are shooting in the air, and say, Allahu Akbar. Very happy. Okay? And we start to drive to the
The border.
to the border. Yeah, it says 3 kilometers. They driving like crazy people, and we jump on right, left, crazy. All the terrorists was selling drugs. They have drugs, and the eyes was open like that, and they really crazy. They don't know what they do. We was over the border and start to go in direction to Har. Har is a city near to the kibbutz. Yeah?
They were going to the city of Khan Yunis, which is the city that's closest in Gaza to the kibbutz where they were living.
When we was very near to the city, it was a group of young people with faces, big faces, and they do it to us like that and open because they want to make us a lynch.
Lynch. They wanted to lynch.
They wanted to lynch the families, young people that when they entered the city in Gaza.
And the Toyota stopped, shooting in the air, Allahu Akbar, and continues. As was up, I am happy why it's not nowhere possible to be here today.
Yeah, he said that when the kids with scissors and with knives, they wanted to lynch them, and the Toyota and the terrorists shot up in the air, basically shooting them away, got them away. He said Allahu Akbar, and for him, he said even though it sounds crazy, but he's happy it happened because now he's here today. Otherwise, if he didn't shoot the gun, he wouldn't be here today.
Don't give the young people to take us to do it. When we was into between the houses, there was a gate, a little gate in the wall. They put us down and they going with the truck back to Israel to take more people. The terrorists.
They dropped you off? They left you?
They left there, but they coming from inside, 6 terrorists, and they push us into the tunnel. Was 2 terrorists, 3 of us, other 2 terrorists, Clara and me, and other 2 terrorists, and they pushing us with the guns. It was very dark, very difficult to go down, and we was not shoes, and was everything was stones or cobbles, yeah. And we start to go into the tunnel.
You were walking in the tunnel?
Sometimes the tunnel was something like that, and we must to go inside like soldiers to do.
Crawling.
Yeah, crawling. Sometimes was something like that, and we need to go up, and we need to help one. The second one is difficult for one person to do it. We think all the time this is the last place in the world we will be. And every door they open, we say maybe it's the place, we think. But we continue, and they pushing. In one moment they start to ask, Jewish? And we say, Argentine, Messi. It's not help to us.
No, they didn't like Messi?
No.
They said, when Ronaldo.
No, after they write, we are Argentine.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, but that moment and we was into the tunnel like 4 or 5 hours, continue running, yeah. And in one moment we sit in the side and start to take us one by one. I don't know what happened, where they taken everyone. I was the last one. When it's my turn, I look, I'm going right, and I see a wall. It's at the market.
Brick wall.
Here
There's a wall made out of earth, of
ושמו ברזלים כדי, כמו סולם שנוכל.
Yeah, so there was earth, like there was a wall that they had to climb with these little pegs sticking out.
Very difficult.
Very
was
difficult
one
to
hand,
climb
one
the
leg,
pegs.
one hip. really difficult, and it's 40 meters under the ground. And we start to go up. We think this is the place they're looking, we have a dog. Why? The first was Fernando, the second was Mia. And Mia going with the dog, and she was one leg, they said, one hand, one leg, and to pull the dog from here to here.
They didn't know she had a dog till then? In Goyadu, they didn't know?
No.
Wow.
And when she was near to be outside, he said to the uncle, Fernando, please take the dog. And he coming, and he take the dog, and there the terrorist looking at something white and moving the son of.
Oh, the
Moving
tail.
its tail. It's moving its tail.
And they understand something. Yeah, but the Arabics, they are afraid from dogs. Dogs is a prohibited animal.
It's an impure animal in Islam, a dog. So they're afraid or they dislike, despise dogs. So when they saw the dog, Ma'am Masu,
Don't do nothing. They're just looking and they don't know what to do. And we was in the lul. The lul. Chicken house,
Oh,
but for geese. For geese. Asking how many geese was there, and it's not possible to leave the dog with the geese. And they leave us to go with the geese. With the dog, and the geese we went there. And from in this place, they give clothes to the woman, like Arabic, yeah, and we say only the eyes,
oh, like,
hijab,
yeah.
hijab, yeah.
Hijab. They gave her like
a full Arab Muslim where the women only see through their eyes. That was the outfit that the woman had to wear.
And they start to take us one by one to the car. Was the woman's and me in the car, and they take in the front Fernando, and one terrorist on Fernando with a gun in his face. And was a driver and start to go into the city. Now we know, but in that moment we don't know where we are. Is Rafah. The city is Rafah. We're going from Khan Yunis to Rafah under the ground.
In the tunnel.
Tunnel. And we start to go, and something important I don't say before is we was 5 persons from the same family. We live the same situation, but everyone lived it like the personal and different. And everyone coming and to say what happened completely different. Yeah?
Right, they all have the exact same experience, but really, now that they speak about it, it's like a whole different, each one has their own little story, their whole experience that's different one from the other.
All the time I was looking what happened, what I see around, like a tree, like a color of the windows, what I see for to know exactly where I am. Or was we see the same building 3-4 times, and I understand they make circles to us, or to make us confused. But they give me to understand what they're doing. And after Clara was looking the face for every one of us, if it's happened to us something, how we feeling, if everything is okay. It was important for her. She don't know nothing what happened around. And I don't know nothing about the faces.
אני בעצם הרגשתי אחראית, כולם היו אורחים שלי בבית שלי, ובמקום לקבל אותם יפה, לקחו אותם. אז היה לי חשוב לראות מה מרגיש כל אחד ולהרגיע. Gabriela, היה לה התקף חרדה, אז רציתי להרגיע אותה.
So she said that because she was hosting everybody at our home, she felt like it was her responsibility, I'm sure it's her Jewish mother nature as well, to care and make sure everybody was okay. Even though they were somewhere in Gaza, they didn't know where. Now they know, but they didn't know then. And they were being tortured and being schlepped around underground in a tunnel without knowing if this was the last breath they're going to take. She still felt the need to, because she was the hostess and because she cared for them as family, to look over them and make sure they're okay. So she asked everybody if everybody's doing okay.
In one moment, we go into the gate and we take up to the second floor on one house, okay? Family house, normally. And we was there and we start to see new faces we don't see before. And we decide to give names in Spanish to everyone we see, for it's possible to talk about who is going out, who coming, right? And they don't give to him to understand what we're doing. And the first one...
Did they know that you're Jewish? Or they thought you were just Argentinian?
Yes.
They knew. They didn't think that you're just Argentinian.
No,
Like-
it's not important, Argentinian, no, but you are Jews.
Yeah, they knew. Him you do.
But they want to know in the beginning was a lot of workers, people from China and Thailand. Yeah. We know. And the first one coming, we call the boss. It's the boss of the house, Baal Habayit. Okay? And he looked to us, and coming and say, don't be nervous, it's okay. We just take you to change you with the terrorists, they don't say terrorists, with the all prisoners in the hell in Israel. Okay, coming back and say, and I will looking for you.
I'll take care of you.
Huh? He say, what? For what? If he is Hamas, I don't understand in that moment. After I know exactly what happened, it was 5 terrorists looking for us, but he was good for us. He tried to be good. The other 4 was terrible in the eyes. You see now, and they all the time with the guns and no talking with only everything pushing and everything. And he tried to be okay. The second we see was a big one. He don't looking so much to the woman's. We think he's a religious one.
What?
Religious. And he say all the time, and we call him Capo. It's the Capo. And was other one, a little, with the guns, like the Capo.
Yeah.
Like he feel himself so much. Call him Nutnik. And was exactly what he was. And he started to talk to us. What we done to your army? We killed 1,400 civils. Yeah? We don't believe. We start to say it's not happened to all the wars in Israel. In one day they kill 100, 400 people. And now, it's Arabic information. When we're coming back to Israel, and after we know what's true. But in that moment we don't believe. Okay, and this evening, we're coming with a piece of bread, lakmanya. Inside they put loof. You know what is loof? It's the meat in the army. It's coming in the conserve. Yeah.
Oh,
But in the army it's not more like that.
Yeah, it's like an MRE meal. It's like one of those MRE meals that they gave him to eat the first day.
It's really disgusting, you know. But we eating that, why, it's the first thing in all the day we put in the mouth.
What time is this at night?
In the evening.
In the evening.
Was start to be dark. And the dog, okay, nothing. In that moment, we try to sleep, but you sleep with the eyes open, and we try to listen everything. What I don't say is we was in shock from the beginning. Really shocked. We don't was afraid. No. But was in shock, and we was in tension, very bad tension, but no afraid. I know exactly they taking, where they taking, and what is happening around. Only I don't know what happened with the army. Why I wait from the army all the time. Where is the army? And nowhere. We was in this house like 2 days, and coming and say we need to move. Why in this house don't give us to talk so much. Why it was very neat to the street, and in the middle of the night coming and start to take one by one all the time. We going down to outside from the gate, going a little inside other gate, and again to go to the second floor. But this time the salon was in the now in the front. Yeah, in the back from the house. And was prepared שלושה מסרונים. מסרון, no.
Oh, mattress.
No,
Mattress.
walk like this.
Yeah, little. 3 like that, and a little table, and 2 machines to the other direction, and like that, separate. Hello. Like that, they separate boys and girls. Okay? Was Fernando and me, and was the 3 girls and with the dog. And start the new life. We must be there. We need to understand how to talk, what to do. In prison, time is not going. It's eternity, 1 minute. And we try to start to do something for ourselves. Like Clara was walking in the place, or they was going all the room, and to know how much work she do. Steps. Excuse me with my English. And after she start to do games, I don't know if Eretz Ear. Who know Hebrew?
You know the game Eretz Ear?
You write countries, cities, names, flowers. But there we don't have pencil, nothing. And we do it this game, but only to tell the things and was possible everything. If you don't know English, Spanish, Hebrew, Japanese, it's not important. The important is the time to do something. It was very important to support the others into the family. I think someone don't feel so good, the others coming and helping. What's other game is 7 boom, you know? Or 7, 14, 21, or 27, 37. Yeah, when it's 7 or something from 7, you must say boom. I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boom. We're playing, but the booms was from outside. Fernando and me don't want to play so much, and we stay there, but we do it like we sleeping, and we start to think about all my life, from the day I was born. I remember when I was a child in Argentina, and what I do it all the time. I close my eyes, and the body was here, but and fly to the other place.
Do you think you're gonna survive and make it out?
Okay. All the time we think we're going outside. We know something say it's okay. We don't know when or how, but we know we're going outside. And this is what I want to say. We say in the beginning we are not religious, but we believe. And this is important. All the time we believe. And Clara said to us every day, the Jewish people don't live anywhere behind. Okay?
Jewish people don't leave anyone behind. You take care of each other, so we'll be okay, and they're gonna get you out.
And we believe all the time we will be okay and we'll be outside. Another thing important, I say everyone have an inside. Something for survival, survival life. And you don't know, you don't need that. But in this situation, we understand we need to talk different, to eat maybe not so much, to drink not so much, but how to talk to the terrorists. And this is coming from inside.
Survival instinct kicked in for everybody, because at that point it's about life or death. So they figured out very quickly how to talk to the terrorists, how much to eat, when to eat. Otherwise they knew that their life could be over any second.
Don't make a discussion, to try to be quiet. No the linchon meat.
Breathe quietly, not to make so much a big ruckus. Don't discuss things too loud, right? Just they want the time to pass so that they don't get killed.
If you do that, you survive. And it's happened to us.
He says from experience, he knows if you do that, you survive.
Okay, all information we have is coming from the Balabai, the boss. It's Arabic information. Everything what the Tzal, the army from Israel, do it no good, they coming to tell us. Or when it's, they say maybe it's a scam. It's a tension.
Negotiations.
But only Netanyahu is not
Signing. They were telling him information. They were telling him false information about what was happening in Israel. That was all information he had about the negotiations and people signing the deal, not signing the deal.
All the time they say Israel is no good, Israel is Netanyahu no good. Ben Kabir, where they say Ben Gvir, it's no good, it's crazy. And they say the economics in Israel is going down, no money. Then very quickly they finish the war, like nothing to do. All information was Arabic information. And we was lucky, they don't push us, don't do it physical, nothing, but was a very big psychology war.
They didn't physically hurt them, but they messed psychologically with them constantly throughout the entire time.
They was coming to me and say, you are Argentine, what are you doing here? Go back to Argentina. Here is Palestine. It's not place for anyone. Understand? After they come in and say, for what you want to go back to the kibbutz? In another 3 years, we bomb you again. And was coming and say, don't talk so much. Be quiet. It's the drums in the air. They took your voice and all the information they give to Netanyahu. And Netanyahu take the flies, the aircraft from Israel, to explode the building. Why? He want only to kill you and not to send any negotiation.
Wow.
Well, you know, we say Arabic information, but You listen this kind of things every day, something stay inside. And one day they come and say, we stop the war after Kadesh
There'll be a ceasefire.
in 7 o'clock in the morning. And after that, every day will be a list with people going out. And they say, you're coming like a family and you're going out like a family. We believe. I didn't know what. And I say to everybody, this night will be very difficult night. Why? When it's happened, we start to finish in 7 o'clock. All the night we try to shoot and to bomb everyone the second, how much is possible. And was raining, really big raining, and we know the noise from the raining, the bombs from Israel, or the missiles from the terrorists, we don't know what it was very near to the building, the missiles going out, and all the building was shaking, and the windows there was broken, and we was in the middle of the room with blanket and very cold. All the wind was inside, where everything was broken, and we don't know what it was. And 7 o'clock, quiet. Finished the war. In 1 second. Yeah. And we understand it started really to be, and then we're waiting for the list, and it first say nothing, the second day nothing. The 5 days, coming and say the woman and children going out, and the men stay here. And in the afternoon they take the women, and Fernando and me stay there. But before, Clara coming to me and say, I was in the kitchen, and say to me, I'm not going, I stay here. I said, what? Yes, I am here 53 days. Very quickly they finish with the women and start with the men. You are old. You do it to me, old men. And I say, what he says, it's not possible. The terrorists decide who is going outside, who stay. And if you don't want to go, they shoot in your heart and finish. We don't decide nothing here. And after I say, the most important thing is to go outside and to talk with the family, my children, and to say, I am okay, I am in the life. They don't know nothing about us. As one of the things is, we know what happened with us. We are in the life into the Gaza, okay? But the children don't know nothing. For that, we're thinking about the families all the time. They don't know nothing about the hostages. And for this, we know exactly what they're feeling. And we try to help and to be with them. And she understands, and she go out. And this day, when the boss coming back, Fernando asked for him if it's possible to watch television. We listen all the time to television in one of the room. And he said yes, and he closed all the house for the others. And we're going to the television and we see the picture, everyone see the like coming Mia with the little dog. No one looking there? Anyone look this picture in the television?
Anybody see the picture of the
Yes.
girl being released with the dog?
Yes.
Her name
Yes.
is Mia.
Remember she coming out?
No, the dog. That was
Yeah.
her.
And afterwards, Clara, like
Yeah.
the Chalabia, she's going. And we see that, and this gives us very much hope. And we understand we're going out in other 2-3 days. But in Friday, 7 o'clock in the morning, we start to listen to bombs from Israel, and we understand we stay there. From this day, we was very, sales, and we think about to go out, but all the time when Netanyahu don't say something, they come to say, and Fernando started to say, you know what, this day is finished. It's one day left in prison. And every day we say, this day is finished, and it's one day left in prison. And,
Prison?
Every day that passed by, the attitude was, we're one day less being held hostage. That was that got them through.
every day, and we know it's for to give hope, to understand we'll be out one day. And or not, when we are, I know, עצובים, or בלחץ, כזה.
They were depressed. They felt depressed,
And we say, okay, where we fly today? And we start to talk about to be in Buenos Aires, Ushuaia, Rio de Janeiro, Thailand. It's not important where. We talking what with the second day, only for to give the time to.
Have time.
Yeah? And like that was the time, every day was together. He tell me about all his life in the safe of me. He don't want to see me again. All the time, 129 was with me. It's enough. As one night we're going to sleep, like 2 o'clock in the night, we listen a big explosion. We don't understand what happened. In the middle of the night, I open my eyes and I see the shooting is going, right line. And I say, what happened here? And I think, what do you think? I think in that moment, I will know. You know what I think in this moment?
that you get life's over. Your life is over.
Netanyahu make the information. If you remember what I said before.
Right.
And they explode the building.
They kept telling him, the terrorists, that Netanyahu wants to kill them. That way, they don't have to sign a hostage deal. So he wants to kill the hostages. That's what the terrorists kept telling him in his head throughout being held hostage, even though he didn't believe it. But eventually, the chirping of the bird, so to speak, got to him. So he started believing that maybe he's about to die because Netanyahu was going to bomb the building.
What I do, I go around to the door. After the door, there's the steps, madrigot, steps, and from cement.
Cement.
And I say, maybe if all the building going down, the steps, no.
Steps is safe.
And I think it's safe, but when I do it, I go near to the terrorists, they sleeping in the first room. And the terrorists make a grenade, and I listen the booms and what happened, and I listen someone call me and say, Luis, coming back to here, and I understand I need to go back, and I go in the floor quickly, and I feel someone take my hand and put him down, take my leg and say is Luis. Tzahal is IDF.
Tzahal in Hebrew was the IDF. So they were telling him, he's someone grabbing him. He's like, who is Tzahal, IDF?
IDF. We're coming to take you home. And this is what I listen in Hebrew. And they get me to feel I have in the more important and nice hands in the world. From that moment, I start to be a soldier like the other soldiers, the same Fernando. We do it everything what the soldiers say to us to do. They taking us to the balcony. In the balcony, we listened in the radio from the army. They say, "Hayalumim beyadeinu," the diamonds in our hands. Okay? And we understand. In that moment, was stop the war outside. The bombs and everything stopped. And they say, "Don't do nothing, just put down your legs." And this is what I doing, and they pushed me down. Was Omega, you know what?
The second floor.
Oh, there was like a ladder?
It's
No,
A zip line. A zip line. A zip line.
from the second floor. We down, they waiting for us, other soldiers. They put out the jacket, they put me, and we start to run. Was tomatoes and okay, and we was running, and we can see the lights from the truck, and I stop and say, "They catch us." And the soldier come after me and they give me a push and say, "No, continue, this our truck." And we're going up to the truck, they close the door, and we start to go to the second direction. In this moment, start again the war. They're doing like a massage.
Oh, like they put a defensive fire. They just fire, so that way they
That's
protect.
from tanks and artillery from.
They're firing
4 or 5
bombs and
kilometers. They know exactly where to do, and we. After how many kilometers, I don't know how much. They stop and say, "We must to go to the army car, the blinded car," and stop. Coming 4 soldiers, take Fernando, one hand, one leg, and start to run. I see that, I jump from the truck and start to run after Fernando. After I know these 4 soldiers coming after me, try to take me, but no, it's possible, I run quick. When we was with the army car, someone asked me, "You are cold?" And I say, "No, no cold. I am warm from my heart." And I see the soldier next to me say, "But you are not shoes." Say, "Like that you take me." Yeah, with the
Without
crowd.
shoes.
And he started to put out
Boots?
the boots. And I say, "No, leave it to you. You need more of me." And that moment pushed me into the car. I was inside and something came to me and I take it and was the boots. This
He
soldier.
gave you his own boots? Wow.
And he stayed with no shoes. I have the boots until now in my yeah.
Do you know who the soldier is? At the McKinley's? Do you know who that is? After they met, who the soldier was.
And the army gave to him new boots with the skin, and they were it's something from the Tanakh. I don't know exactly.
A verse. They wrote a verse on the boot.
Who helped someone with no shoes, with like help all the human something like that. Maybe you know, but as we started to go, in one moment they stop and say, "Okay, don't be nervous. In another 3 minutes, coming the helicopter. Must be to do quickly, no time. You go in and you're going out. It's no time for nothing." And this happened. We listened the noise. They say, "Now we're going into the helicopter." We was in the air. And we start to go. I see the left side black. We don't see nothing. I understand it's the sea. In the right side, I see lights, and I ask the soldiers, "This is Ashdod?" And they say me, "How you know?" And I say, I think it's Ashdod. And they say me, "Yes." And after how many minutes, they say, "Looking down, look, Luis, When I look, it was a lot of lights. I don't understand where it was. And they say, this is Palmachim. Someone know? Palmachim is a big basis from Israel, but I never see Palmachim from the sea. And they say, now from Palmachim, we're going direct to the Shiva Tel HaShomer hospital. And one soldier say me, and this is the moment we start to call the families. After how many minutes we go down in the hospital, they waiting for us, a group of doctors, nurses. They don't know nothing before. They do it everything in the last half hour. And they give us to make a shower, hot water. They give clothes. They give phone to call the families. They coming from every place in the country. And start to come everyone, and we start to hug, and crying. Very sentimental moment. And when was all the 5 people, they take in the 7th of October, we was together in the hospital, and we're doing again the hug. And it's a picture, this going to all the world. People was painting away, people was doing with wood, people, everything with this picture. That picture, they give so much hope. Right, all the 5 members of the family, we are in the life, we are in Israel, and if it happened to us, some of us was escape.
Or negotiation, or
Someone say negotiation, someone was rescue, but we are together, and it's possible for all the hostages the same light. I don't know. We wait. How many days is today?
713.
Yeah. It's terrible to think we have 48 hostages in Gaza. It's not normally what happened. We must to give back all the hostages. And really, from this day, is what Clara and me doing. We're going to every place in the world and into Israel too, to talk. You say, no, I don't say they kill people. No, I say the history like they happened to us. To give hope and to see the light. And we try to make the families together. We are a big family now. We are going every Saturday to the square. And we are together.
After square?
Yes. And we try really to do all these things for the hostages. And this is our story. I have the movie, but I don't think.
I'll send that.
Yeah.
So, Luis, first of all, I have a question. I know that your daughter had some story that she went to pray for you and she started lighting Shabbat candles, right? I read that in the news. Is that true? What happened?
It's not only what happened to us. We need to know what the families happen, what they happen to the family who know nothing, the child and the grandchild. And my daughter was coming to the States, was in New York, was in Miami, in the Keilah, was in Chabad. And the Women's Day, we break together, and you must to do it to light candles. And they doing, and they do the challah, you know,
Braiding challah.
yeah. And they together, and my son do it filling. Yeah, and they give feeling for me too, and they say, you will be back here with your father. And this happened in January 24. They're going back 2 weeks after, the 12th of February, Fernando and me going out. And this is so good. And continues the relation with that pilot. We come here to New York and New Jersey. We was in the oil.
Ohel is the resting place of the Lubavitcher Rebbe.
And yeah.
He said you want to see it. He said he wants to show the video and he said it seriously.
And they was in April. In April, we was here in the States with my children. Fantastic persons. And we do feeding and everything, and we're going to the oil, and yeah. And this is happy.
Wow, very special. There's a lot of details in the story that he, like, of course he can't cover every day living there. He was hostage for 129 days and for 53 days. For example, when we were talking earlier before he started speaking about showering, he was telling me about a shower. He said that once every 16 or 17 days, they would give all 5 of them 1 bucket of water, like this tall, little bucket, and they had to share that 1 bucket between all 5 of them to take showers, and that was it. And there was no soap. I asked him if there was soap, and he started laughing at me. So there's a lot more.
We're doing the 4 bigger, using half of the water, and we give to the men. She was 17 years old. All the half.
One was for 4
herself.
and 1 for the 17-year-old girl.
By a little girl, 17 years old, with long hair. She need that more. And we thinking everyone use a little water for to give her.
Also, you told me earlier about the bread, pita you ate.
In the beginning was a lot of food. Right, they prepare food and everything for how many days? But slowly they go and finish. And the last time, when was only Fernando and me, waiting 1 pita in the day, half for Fernando, half for me. Sometimes no was pita too. Water was almost every day. In the last days, not so much, but we drink. It's good to drink the water from the outside. Only they give a bottle of good water every day. And if you have some questions, something.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a Q&A. I'm just gonna send Brandon. You're gonna show the. I'll send it to you. We'll do a Q&A now. Anybody who has any questions for them. Sorry, I just want to send the video over so he has it. And while you're about to watch, when we get the video on, I sent you on WhatsApp, Brandon. Do you have WhatsApp? No. Brandon, you have it? WhatsApp? Okay, so we're gonna do a Q&A. Q&A means you have a chance to ask any question you want to both Clara and to Luis. And we'll take a few minutes to give opportunity to ask any question. Keep in mind that our time is limited with them, so try to ask 1 question, and whatever your question is, we'll try to get everybody, whoever has anything to ask. So whoever has a question, raise your hand, and we'll call on you to ask your question. Okay, so, okay.
I want to know if you understood Arabic enough to understand what was going on.
So the question was if you understood Arabic enough to understand what was going on.
Nothing. There we start to understand, but when the day I go out, I forget everything. I don't want to know nothing. Yeah.
Hayden.
How did you handle it whenever you were safe and sound, but your husband was still in danger? Was it scary?
Who شوال 53 days خرج البيت عفوا ما خشى على الشيء هو يشبه هذا הוא חטוף.
אני לא רציתי, כמו שהוא סיפר, לא רציתי להשאיר אותם. כל הזמן אמרתי, טוב, אני כבר הייתי 53 ימים, אני יכולה להישאר, כי זה הדבר הכי קשה. להיות בשבי זה היה באמת גיהנום, היה קשה. אבל לחזור ולהשאיר את האח שלי ואת הבן זוג שלי, זה הרבה יותר קשה מלהיות בשבי.
So she said it was actually super hard. She said actually being as hostages, she felt it was, hell for them, but at least she was together. Then when she went home and thinking about how her family was still stuck back in Gaza and she knew the conditions, it was very hard and challenging.
כל הזמן אני מרגישה שאני צריכה, אני מזדהה עם המשפחות שעוד מחכות ל-48 היקרים שלהם, החטופים, כי זה נראה לי הדבר הכי קשה שאפשר לחוות באמת.
She has the ultimate empathy for the families that are currently have hostages in Gaza because she knows exactly what it's like because she was in Gaza and got released and had a family till he got released and Fernando, they were still stuck in Gaza. So she knows really firsthand what it's like to be a hostage and then to have family still in Gaza as hostages, and it was very challenging. So before you ask the next question, this is the clip that that Luis sent me, and this is going to be Brandon, you have it, and we're going to play it. It's going to be in Hebrew subtitles, but you'll be able to watch it and understand it very well.
אי שם בעזה, שני חטופים שחולצו במבצע הירואי בדרך הביתה. ולא רק להם חם בלב. בכמה שעות האוויר חזר למדינה שלמה. 4 ימים אחרי המבצע הנועז, 4 המופלאים שפרצו ראשונים לדירה בח'אן יונס משחזרים עכשיו את הרגעים הדרמטיים, שלב אחרי שלב.
קדימה, תהיו מוכנים.
מבחינתנו פה שעון החול מתהפך, אנחנו על זמן שאול להביא את פרננדו ולואיס למקום מבטחים. אני מזהה את פרננדו ולואיס זוחלים על הרצפה.
פרננדו קרוב אליי, פשוט מזנק עליו, אני תופס אותו.
אתה אומר לו משהו?
לא אומר לו כלום, פשוט תופס אותו ואני מעיף אותו למרפסת.
לואיס עדיין זוחל לכיוון פנים המבנה, לכיוון המחבלים בעצם.
אתם מדברים איתם? אתם מדברים בעברית? אנחנו ישראלים.
צועקים צה"ל, הולכת בטוח, זה את צה"ל הם בטוח מכירים. אנחנו משכבים על פרננדו ולואיס, והמשימה שלנו עכשיו זה שאם נטז, קליע, יגיע, שיפגע בנו, והם יישארו בריאים ושלמים.
מבצע כזה יכול להשתבש באמת בכל רגע. למזלנו, הרוב הלך על פי תכנון.
תגובה ראשונה שלהם, מה הם אומרים לכם מה אנחנו עושים?
במרפסת הם אומרים, אני לא מאמין, הם אמרו תודה.
מ-32 היהלומים בידינו. דרך אגב הוא המציא את הדבר הזה, כן, זה עלה באיזה מודל שלה, הוא המציא את היהלומים. שזה מכניס אותנו בעצם לשלב הבא במבצע, שאנחנו מתחילים בעצם את שלבי הנסיגה שלנו.
כל מה שאתה אומר, שמתחתיך לואיס, אתה מעליו.
כן.
במרפסת.
במרפסת, כשהעולם מתפוצץ מבחוץ.
אי אפשר היה להוציא אותם מהדלת, ולכן אתם מחלצים אותם דרך המרפסת, בסנפלינג.
מגיעים 2 לוחמים שזה עולמם, אומרים לנו, אנחנו הולכים לעשות סנפלינג היום, הם זורמים. משלשלים אותם ללמטה.
כמה המרחק?
הגובה הוא של 2 קומות.
אנחנו משכיבים אותם בצד, דואגים להבטיח אותם, י' וא' חוברים אליהם, כל אחד לוקח אותו ביחד איתו. ואני אומר להם, תצמדו ללוחמים שיהיו איתכם, תלכו ביחד איתם, הכל יהיה בסדר.
הכוח התחיל תנועה נציב, הכוח מתפנה החוצה.
כמה מחבלים מתחילים להגיע אליכם? כמה מחבלים אתם נתקלים בהם חמושים?
אפשר של 10.
יש ירי על הכוח.
רוב הסיוע שקיבלנו שם בשטח, בטח לכל מי שהתחיל להזדנב אחרינו והתחיל להגיע מרחובות סמוכים, זה מחיל האוויר.
עולים בעצם לכלים.
אני חייב להגיד על לואיס ופרננדו שהם היו אלופים. הם היו נורא חדים, הם היו נורא קואופרטיביים, שיתפו פעולה לאורך כל המבצע.
That's Luis.
יום שני לפנות בוקר, אי שם בעזה, שני חטופים שחולצו.
So what you just watched, I know it's in Hebrew, but I was just going through what happened, and that's real body cam footage or helmet cam footage of the actual rescue. And those soldiers that were being interviewed with the sunglasses are the ones that actually rescued them, those 5 soldiers, and the heroes. And I think one thing that I wanted to stress tonight, before we get to the last 2 questions, is that the sacrifice that these young IDF soldiers put themselves, their lives on the line to save a fellow Jew. They could have gone into fire and been killed. And they're young kids, they're your age, they're between ages of 18 to 22, 23, and they put it there and said, we know Luis and Fernando are hostage, even though they have families, they have parents, and they're just like us. They gave up their lives, or ready to give up their lives, to save a fellow hostage. And that's the power of the Jewish people. We're united, we're Am Yisrael. We say Am Yisrael Chai. What does Am Yisrael Chai means? That we're alive, and we're alive because we're together, we're united, and we care about each other deeply. And that's why we're still here after thousands of years of persecution. And we have someone here who went through very recent persecution. We don't have to go back to the Holocaust. We don't have to go back to the pogroms or the Spanish Inquisition or any other time. We have somebody who literally went through what you call hell on earth, actually, being hostage in Gaza, taking 129 or 53 days. And here are the people that are telling the story of the Jewish people in front of your eyes, that we're resilient, we have God on our side. And if you can't defeat God, you can't defeat the Jewish people. So we'll take the last 2 questions. Rachel, go ahead.
What time was the rescue at? Because it was dark out.
באיזה שעה היה הם יצאו the rescue? 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning, start everything. 3:15, we was in the hospital.
An hour and 15 minutes, they were already in the hospital in Israel. Charlie? איפה הלכת? כשנקרו אותך, זהו, הלכת לבית חולים? מה היה? נשארת בארץ? בית חולים, כן.
After 3 days, they asked where we want to live. Why we must to be near to the hospital, for if happens something to us. The hospital, they take care for us everything, yeah. And they say Fernando and me must to start to be separate, but no, quickly. We need slowly, and we say we need to live near to the sea. Why? To see the water, the open, to be free, to feel free. And we was in 2 apartments, one Clara and me, and the second Fernando. And we eating together, we're going to travel. Was in Arcelia Pituach. And in the beginning, we're doing a lot of things together. But slowly, Fernando going with the friends. And we stay in this area, but Fernando decided to go to Guarzaba. And slowly, he go back to the normal life, the job, everything. Clara and me not going back to work. We're working enough now, more from before. This is what we're doing, this is our job.
אני רוצה לספר לכם שבבית חולים אמרו שפרננדו ולואיס היו ביחד, וזה היה החוזקה. הרבה חטופים בבידוד לבד, וזה המצב הרבה יותר קשה. הם יצאו במצב יותר טוב בגלל היחד.
So she said that at the hospital, after they got rescued, they told them, and they told Luis and Fernando, that the reason why they stayed somewhat sane and made it out half okay is because they had each other. Most hostages, they keep them in solitary confinement. They just put them underground, and here they lived together and they had each other. So there was some sort of comfort that they had having each other versus being alone. But yeah. Anybody else have any questions? Margot. פוליטיקה שלך, שזה שם, זה אותו דבר לפני...
I don't talk about politics.
Good answer. No politics, all right. You don't want to talk about politics. Anybody else have a question?
I'll say it in English and I'll say it in Hebrew. When you were in Gaza, did you, because you now know how long you were there, but when you were there, did you think you were there longer, less? שהייתם בעזה, עכשיו אתם יודעים כמה זמן הייתם, אבל שהייתם שם, אתם חשבתם שהייתם שם יותר זמן, פחות, או ידעתם בדיוק?
No, every day, in the beginning was me, after I was, we say, what day is, one day in the week, how many days we are hostages, and how many days we are hostages without the woman. Every day. In the day, we listen the muazzin. The muazzin called the people to come to pray 5 times in the day, and it's every day. Like maybe it's changed 1 minute, but we know very near to the time, and we know where it's in the morning, where it's lunch time, and. What we feel all the time is we don't know how much will be there, but we know we have the hope we're going out. And all the time we say, Fernando and me, it's not important how much time, only we don't want to make dangers for the soldiers. And it's enough is we prefer to companion, to negotiation and no to rescue. But it's okay with the rescue. Was everything okay? I like it. And no one, no happen nothing to anyone in this rescue. And I am happy for it.
Beautiful. Anybody else have any questions? Yusuf.
Were you a little bit confused when the soldiers ran in, they were shooting, they were bombing? Were you confused what was going on?
We was confused. We don't know what happened in the beginning. After when they called me and say my name and say it's Har, I say I understand it's all soldiers and it's good. They coming to take me home.
All right. Anybody have 2 more questions? Alexander.
What advice would you give to young Jews living in America specifically?
What advice? סטודנט פה באמריקה, מה אתה להגיד לך שהיא חזק, אני רוצה לדעת מה יש לך.
Okay, I think the truth is before October the 7th, I was thinking all the time, it's very easy for the young people in America and in other places in the countries, in the war, they give a little bit money or something and finish. Yeah, they do it what they need. And now to be in Israel and to work in Israel and to be in the army and all what we doing. But now I understand how much is important the people in the diaspora, the people outside from Israel, for Israel. And the same for that people what happened in Israel, who is not Israel. It's not place for Jews in any place. And I say, we need this complaint in this. Israel need the diaspora and the diaspora need Israel. And now I understand it's good what everyone do it. It's not important it's in America, in Argentina, in Brazil. The important is to be together. What we say, we are going to any countries, but Jewish people, we are together. It's not important, religious, not religious. Netanyahu, not Netanyahu. It's not important. The important is to be together. All people are fantastic, and they give a hug. And for this we say, and it's true, Am Israel high. Yeah?
All right, last question. Anybody have a last question? Go ahead. Like the beginning? So he went through the story earlier. Were you here at the beginning? Oh, no, you're good. Okay. Stick around later. I'll tell you the beginning of the story. All right, last question. Anybody else have a question? Cole.
How's the dog doing now?
This question is in every place. Everybody wants to know what happened with Bella.
Dog, yeah. What happened to the dog, Makara?
Bella coming with Mia, and she live in Jerusalem in the house. She's okay, no have problems. What we don't say in prison when we was in Gaza, dog was in shock, like us, and she don't do it, no eating in the beginning, and don't do it, no pee, no cack, nothing. And Gabriela was going to the bathroom, and they opened the water slowly, and she started to do it, everything, in the bathroom. Right. No place around, no in the nothing, only, and every day Gabriela was taking the dog, she do it. Now when we're going to visit, she's so excited, and she do it, baby.
The dog feels free as well. Not only that. Okay, before we close, I just want to say that we still have 48 hostages still in Gaza, and we still want them to come home, and we want the war to be over and to be peace in the homeland of Eretz Israel and Israel. So I encourage you. You're not going to fight the war. You're not going to be there with guns. You're not going to be able to, like they're going around and making their point to do their part of spreading the word and getting people to care and talking to the people in America and the world. So our job here in California, in Orange, California, at Chapman, is to do our part, and that is to do one more mitzvah, to be kind to one another, do one more random act of goodness and kindness. Shabbat is tomorrow night. Show up to Shabbat dinner somewhere. Do Shabbat. Do a mitzvah. You get Rosh Hashanah as a new year, starting Monday night. Go to a service. Go to a dinner. Of course, at Chabad, we have everything for you. Go to a shofar blowing. Both on campus, we're going to have shofar blowings. We're going to have shofar blowing services here. But do Jewish and show God that we do really care, and we want the hostages home, not in words but in action. So I encourage you, and I think they would agree, Shane, that they should do a mitzvah and do something good, so that would actually bring the Masha Nahim Yachim Masot. In America, that's what they could do. Do a mitzvah.
Okay. To believe. Don't forget to believe and to hope. Forever. And I want to say Shana Tova to everyone. Yeah, and to be together. Don't forget. It's not important when everyone think about politics. Everyone think what they think, but it's possible to be together, to eat pizza together, to be together here, to drink coffee together. We are one yeah? And we need to look for that. If not, the others eating us.
Beautiful. Okay, everybody give a big round of applause. We are going to do a quick, before everybody leaves, we're going to do a quick group photo. You guys stand here. So everybody just kind of, you all go a little closer together.
guys. We'll get ready to put together with a beautiful picture with our wonderful speakers. Everybody stand together with your friends for a second. Okay. All right. You know, look at Sean and stand there. Sean, where are you?
Guys, we're not
together with your photo. Sean, you see everybody or no?
Come in a little more. Sweet and
Good? Perfect. All right, everybody. 1, 2, 3, say. Shana Tova!